What's up, how you doing? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I know it's been like 5 months since I last uploaded on my YouTube channel, so I've been busy and working with other stuff. But without further ado, let's just dive into where we stopped. So we stopped at the follow and unfollow part of our chat application. So I believe we are now supposed to be working on the UI. So for this video, we're going to be working on the login and the register UI. Then the later in the video, we're going to be working on the other screens UI. Okay, so without further ado, let's just get started. So let's go ahead and create our project. The first thing we want to do is we want to open up our terminal. So we need to open up my terminal here. Okay, I believe this is it. Okay, then I'm going to just set it into my project folder like we used to do. So we're going to set into documents, then development. Then I'm going to, I believe we have a file called for this, which is called triads. No, not triads, sorry, which is called threads. Thread. Yeah, so let's just sit into thread. Okay, so there's nothing like that. You know what, I just close it. So what we can do is just let me expand this. So we can go and create a new project. So we can say Flutter create a threads app. Okay, so we're going to create a new project called threads app. So the project has been created successfully. So we can just cd into the threads app. So we need to do cd into the thread app. Okay, then I'm going to open it up in Visual Studio Code. So open up our project in the Visual Studio Code already. So we can go ahead and open up our main.dat and we can go ahead and do some clearing. So we can basically just clear all these comments in this place. I clear these comments, I can clear these also. Okay, then what we can do is we can go ahead and create some folder. So in the lib folder here, what I want to do is also have a features folder. So this features is going to have the implementation of everything we need, maybe the authentication to make a post, to comment, and so on and so forth. So the reason why you're having them in the features folder is basically when you don't want to use a particular part again, you can just go ahead and delete it. So if you don't want to use the authentication part again, you can go ahead and delete the authentication folder, and so on and so forth. So in our case, we're going to have our authentication folder. Then the authentication folder here, we're going to have views. Alright, so meaning in our AUTH folder we have a view folder. So inside the view folder, alright, that's where we're going to now have a file called login view.dat. Alright, so we have it under login view.dat. Then we can go ahead and create a stateful or a stateless widget. So we're going to use a stateful widget because we're going to be making use of our text editing controller. So we need to make use of a stateful widget. Okay, so we can go ahead and call this login view, and we can just return the scaffold here. Okay, so now in the main.dat we can just delete this and we can import login view, and so I'm having an error. It's like I made some mistake already. Okay, alright, so I'm just going to open up my emulator. So I'm going to open up my iOS emulator. Then okay, so I have my emulator up and running. So what we can do is we can run our project. So I'm just going to click on the run button to run this particular project. So click on that already, and let's wait for this project to compile. Okay, so project has successfully compiled. So we have our application here. So let's work on the login. So for the login, the things we need is just the email and password. So those are the things we need. I'm just going to have our body here. So we're going to have a body called column. Body column. Alright, so we're going to have children, of course. So we're going to have children. And for the children, what we want to have is a text field. this text field is going to be a widget initially, but let's just work on it like this. So we're going to have text field and decoration. We're going to have input field. Sorry, it's input field decoration. No? We're going to have outline input decoration. I don't know why my system is dragging like this. So decoration like this. We're going to have input decoration. Sorry. Yeah, we're going to have input decoration. We're going to have enabled border. So enabled border is the first we need. So we need enabled border. So we're going to have outline. So outline enabled border is first we're going to need. We're going to call our border side. We're going to say border dot all. We're going to give our border. First thing you're going to give our border is color. You're going to give it colors dot white. Okay, so let's just give it colors dot white, which is good. And we are having an error that says the border can be assigned to the parameter border side. So I think you can have border side. You can have border side. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to have that initially. So we are not going to see that if we should check it. So what we can do is that we can give our scaffold here a background color of black. We give it a background color. You know what? Let's not give it black. Let's just change this to gray. So let's say this is gray. Okay. So let's call that gray and we check it. You can see we have it at the top there. And what I want to do is I want to do main axis alignment. Axis alignment should be center. That is what we need. Same thing, you also need to copy this for the focus, because when you click inside of it, that is focus. So we want to have basically the same design. So we're going to have focus border. Okay, so we're going to have focus border now. So basically, like I should click inside of it. What we can do is we can go ahead and wrap this as a widget. So we can click on this. Click here. We can say wrap as a widget. Sorry, not wrap as a widget. We can extract it as a widget. We'll go over here. We can click extract widget. So we can call this our app input. Let's call it inputs input widgets, because in the future we're going to have another input widget which is going to be different from this totally. Okay, so we have this. So what I can do is I can just cut this away. So this needs to be in its own folder. So I can cut that away. Then basically in the AUTH folder here, we're just going to have another folder called widgets. Okay, now inside the widgets, we're just going to call it app AUTH input widget dot. Okay, we're just going to paste that in. Alright, superb. So we're just going to import. Sorry, we're going to import stateless widget from material.dat, and now what we need is first thing we need is a text editing controller. So we're going to have a fixed text editing controller. So without a text editing controller, we won't be able to accept text from the user. You understand? We won't be able to track the user, whatever the user is writing. So we need a text editing controller. Okay, and we also need final a boolean. So we need a boolean to know if it's a password. So we can say is a password here. So with everything done here, what we can do is head over to this. You can put your mouse on it, click on quick fix and click on this. So this should not be required. The password should not be required, but we can go ahead and say is equals to false. because not every field is going to be a password. And I just remember we need to add one again, so you can see final string. This will be a string my bad, called int text. Okay, alright, so we can just add this quick fix and add. Okay, so in the text field controller here, the first thing to do is have our controller is equals to controller, and we can say obscure text is equals to is password. Okay, then right in our input decoration here, below our input decoration we can have, right inside our input decoration we can have int text. This is going to accept a what? This is a string, so we can say int text equals to int text. Okay, superb. Then what I can do is I can make this constant. I can make this constant also. Just remove those blue lines. Okay, good. Now you can head over back to the login view of that. First one to do is import it. So we're going to import our AUTH input widget. Then the first we need to have is our controller. So what we are going to do is we want to have final text editing controller is equals to, this is going to be called email controller. And we need to dispose it, so anytime we are not making use of it again, so we need to dispose it to prevent our app from dragging also. So we're going to have email controller dot dispose. Same thing we're going to have for password controller. Okay, I'm having an error that says email controller must be initialized. Okay, let's have late final controller. So this is also going to be a late final controller. So I can this should be password controller. Now since we are using the late final, we have to add our init state. We have to initialize them once they are on that page. So I'm going to use our init state. Why is it not popping up? Init state. Okay, there it is. And we can go ahead and have email controller is equals to text editing controller. Okay, since we can have our password is equals to text editing controller. Okay, very good. And yeah, so here now controller is equals to email controller. Okay, and int text we're going to say is email address. Now if you save this, take a look at our code. We have an error that says late initialization failed. So what we need to do is restart everything. So you're going to click on this green arrow to restart. We had that issue because we just initialized this late file now. Our variables on this place. Okay, let me check it. Okay, because so now it's working. Now we can see you have our int text email address. So you just need to do it for the password also. So for the password, you have password. This password is going to be different this time around because we're going to use the is password widget. So we're going to say is password is equals to true. Okay, so now us having that is password is equals to true basically means we should go ahead and type inside of this. This is going to look like that. But if we just type inside of this, we're going to have our normal text. You can see. Okay, so what we can do now is we can just have a constant size box. can say height should be like 30. Okay, should be like that 30 because we want a space between these two text field. Okay, good, exactly what we need. Then we can just have let's wrap our column with a padding. So we want a padding symmetrical. Ignore that please. Okay, so we're going to have symmetrical symmetric, I mean we're going to have horizontal 20.0. Okay, very good. So once that is done, last thing to do is just add our password. Add our login square, our login button, I mean, sorry. So to use our login button, I'm just going to use this cheap widget. I'll set the text as going to say login. Okay, so we're going to have login. There it is. As simple as that, and yep. So we have our login page done already. What we can do is to make it looks like a little bit too empty. At the top of this place, we can have a text that says login. Or we can style it. We can say style text style, right? So we can have our font size should be like 18, and font size should be bold. Okay, so it should be bold, and let's run it and see. Okay, so I think it's a little bit small. Let's just put it in 30. Then I'm just going to copy first. Let's just make this constant. Constant. Okay, we're going to make this one constant also. So let's just copy this one here. We're just going to paste it here. Okay, very good. So we have our login done already. Alright, so for the register page, we can just go ahead and clone this particular page. So what I can do is Control Shift S, which is to save as, so I'm going to save this as register.dat. Okay, so we have our two file register view and login view. So what I can do is we can change this, the names here to register view. So we can say register view. Okay, so what we need to do is our register view is we need to just create a name controller, which is going to be for the name. The controller is going to be for the name and the name and username, I believe. So yeah, we're going to have 1, 2. So it's going to be name controller. This is going to be username controller. Then we also need to clone this twice. Okay, this is going to be name controller. This is going to be also username controller. Then we are going to clone this twice also. The name controller and also the username controller. Okay, so with that out of the way, what we can do is we can copy from this size box here, paste under it. We can have our name controller here. We can say full name. We also have, we can paste it again, and we can have username here. We can have username. So how do we get to that page? So what we can do is head back to our login view.dat. Right under our chip, we can have a text again. So const text that says sign up. Already Oh, don't have an account. Don't have an account. Register. Okay, so this is going to be, let's make this a text button instead. So we're able to click on it. So I can just copy this. So for the text button here, we need an unpressed. So I'll remove that. So we need unpressed, and what do we need? Do we need a child? Then we need a child. So you can go ahead and have unpressed. For now, you're just going to make it empty. We're going to have our text widget, which is going to be this. Okay. Sorry, my bad. You need to have our child first, but we can paste it. Okay, very good. Now let's check it. So we have our text button right here. Very good. I can make this a constant. Okay. Now with this done, we can have what should we go ahead and do? Let's go ahead and do. Okay, we want to move to the next page, so we can have navigator dot push. So we're going to push context, material route, material page route. So it's going to accept the context. All right, and it's just going to accept the context initially. Okay, so it's accept the context. One more have an error. The view context can be assigned to the parameter widget function view context. So we can have context, I can say constant equals to the register of view. Register view. Okay, very good. Yep, so we are done with this. So we should click on this. You can see I'm in this page now. Let's just change this to register. We need that thing that we did in the login, which is going to basically, which is just this, right? So we need just this. Copy. We can head over back to the. We're not supposed to be repeating ourselves, but don't worry, let's do this for now. We are going to make it a widget later on. So here we're going to have login view. Okay, then we can say we have already have an account. I can go ahead and say login. Okay, and let's test it out. Okay, so we click on this login page, click on this register page, and that concludes the part of our authentication screen design in this tutorial. So in the next tutorial, we're going to be looking at how we can work on the home page and some other stuff. Alright, so if you like this video, please make sure you like, subscribe. See you next time. Peace.